I'm not here to people please. I'm here to help people who want to be helped, and that's it. What's it like to be raised in a high-level Amway family? Well, today we're going to cover that in the Reddit post, and this is part of the Anti-MLM subreddit, and it was called, I was raised in a high-level Amway family. Here we go. Alright, so this person says, my parents spent 28 years in a pyramid scheme, Amway, which uses cult-like tactics to convince people to devote all their time and energy to building the business. When they finally left, my family was excommunicated by all close family friends. Hey, r/anti-MLM, this is my first post here, but I originally posted this in r/cults. Alright, well, thanks for sharing. I was born and raised in a big Amway family. Up until the age of 14, my parents were double diamonds and public speakers for the grandfather of all pyramid schemes, Amway. My dad is one of the most charismatic, honest, hardworking men I know. Because of this, he was one of the few who truly was able to make a living off of Amway. Okay. He and my mom would travel the country, then the globe, preaching the message, quit your 9 to 5, sell the products, and be your own boss. Have the wife at home to take care of the kids so the man can build the business. Go to functions and events. Tell all your friends and family, if they don't buy your products, they don't support you. Only associate with winners. Alright, well, I will say just so far, like, I love Jim Rohn's quote where he says you're an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and I will add to that and just say, like, it's important to hang around and watch and view and really just with people that raise your average. And that only happens when you hang around people that are smarter than you, that are more knowledgeable than you, or have accomplished more than you in an area that you haven't so far. That could be everything from marketing, sales, communication, conflict resolution, finances, health, spiritual walk. I mean, there's so many, emotional stability, mental stability. There's so many, I can keep going. I'm running out of hands, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it's important that we hang around people because we become a little bit of those people or a lot of bit of those people over time, and that includes videos that we watch, radio, face-to-face conversations, text, phone, articles and blogs. Like, it's whatever we let in our eyes and through ears, right? So that's basically that. But it sounds like this person respected their parents, and especially like the work ethic, but not the business model of MLMs, clearly, because it's being posted in cults and anti-MLM subreddits. But here we go. They say appearances were everything, and we had the picture-perfect family. 5 good-looking, smart kids, and humble too. And my parents had a strong marriage to boot. Okay, that's cool to see. I mean, yeah. My parents would spend the majority of their time traveling, either leaving the older kids to take care of my brother and I, or hiring a nanny. Almost all of our nannies, maids, etc. were in Amway. Okay? Sunday mornings we would go to a church whose primary attendants were, you guessed it, Amway members. At church, they preached a message of a strong family unit with the patriarch as the honored breadwinner. Okay. Amway's a pyramid scheme. Not according to the FTC. Links will be in description. FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, is the governing body of businesses in the US, and they state that as long as you're exchanging products, real products, for money, it's not an illegal pyramid scheme. If you're exchanging headcount for money, then it is an illegal pyramid scheme. So that is what I hear so much, right? I just want to re-emphasize that. You probably heard it in other videos that I've done, or if it's your first time hearing it, boom, that's the authoritative source on pyramid scheme and MLM scams. Now, you can disagree with that, you could not like that, which some people have verbally expressed on my comment section, and their bad words get blocked constantly. You know who you are, and I know who you are. We ain't gonna call out no names, we ain't gonna put nobody on blast, alright? But I will say that it's important to have an authoritative source and definition, not just your own or not just from somebody else, with regards to pyramid schemes and MLM scams. They go on to say IBOs are expected to listen unquestionably to their upline. People are heavily encouraged to dedicate all their time and energy to selling products and recruiting friends, friends/family into the business. If it's a traditional network marketing, then yes, it's leading with the business opportunity, recruiting and selling. If it's an authentic network marketing company, then it's leading with powerful products, teaching and sharing, which is what I'm part of. So, it's different. Individuals may have a different mindset, teams may have a different mindset, and the company culture all play into those too, right? So there's a number of equations or factors that go into that statement. If people aren't climbing the ranks, they will be written off as not working hard enough or being losers instead of taking a look at the business model's flaws. So let's hear those flaws, number one, and there are 5 main elements that determine network marketing success from what I've studied and researched. And it's number one, your skills, your goals, your effort, as well as the quantity and quality of your network, as well as your lead generation system, meaning how people come in the door and how many people you talk to. Those 5 factors are the main factors that determine success in a network marketing company. Are there others? Sure. Are there details of each one of those 5? Sure. But are we just trying to provide something that this person isn't? Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So we'll continue here. If your friends/family don't buy your products, they do not support you, and you should not associate with them anymore. My story is kind of like that, kind of not, right? Like my family knows what I do. Like my mom's become a customer with the company I'm with, but at the same time, if somebody's not entrepreneurial, if they're not Christian, if they don't have a vegan lifestyle or at least a health mindset, for me, those are things I value, right? I don't push those on other people, but those are what I value. And so if somebody doesn't have 1, 2, or 3 of those, it's going to be harder to reach a common ground and connect on a consistent basis because we're going to be like this on topics all the time. And I'm not looking to try to have a debate about common core values every single time we have a conversation or be belittled because of the decisions I'm making. No, like you can seek understanding, you can agree to disagree, or you can share the same values and beliefs I do or similar values and beliefs. Otherwise, you can keep it moving. And I still love my family and friends and stuff like that, but I distance myself because one or more of those elements are missing or all of those elements are missing. And so again, I want to hang around people that raise my average, not lower my average. I want to be around people that help me become a better version of myself, not a worse version of myself. And that's not just physical presence, that's videos, again, that's articles, that's blogs, that's radio. Now, do I do that perfectly? No. Do I mess up sometimes? Yeah. I might listen to a song or something that has a lot of curse words or something, I'll be, jamming and stuff, but I'm, unwinding a little bit, you got to turn up a little bit sometimes, but, while I'm driving, or, you know what I'm saying, you probably have some music or something that you like, but, that some other people may not like or whatever, but I'm not here to people please. I'm here to help people who want to be helped, and that's it. He says, my dad is a good person, despite his naivete. All right, getting all fancy with the words now. He told me the people were starving, and he couldn't preach a message of salvation anymore when it just wasn't working. Okay? If people aren't moving towards you, then they're moving away, right? So if they are, then you talk to the next person. That's some sales training, but it also applies to family and friends. It doesn't mean you stop loving them. It just means that you stop trying to offer them value because they don't appreciate what you're offering. Okay. All right. He gave his business to his upline, a close family friend, and left. Oh, okay, so he's saying his dad left the company. Here we go. All of our family friends stopped talking to us with the exception of one, including the family that my dad gave his business to. All right, so my parents were defiled amongst the Amway community. All right, so did I miss something? Let's reverse all that. It says, if your friends/family don't buy your products, then they do not support you and you should not associate with them anymore. My dad spent nearly 3 decades traveling, speaking, and connecting with people. Our maids, nannies, an entire network of close friends were in Amway. My dad is a good person despite his naivete. Fancy word. All right, he told me that people were starving and he couldn't preach a message of salvation anymore when it just wasn't working. He gave his business to his upline, close family friend, and left. Okay, so he exited the business. All right. All of our family friends stopped talking to us with the exception of one, including the family that my dad gave his business to. My parents were defiled amongst the Amway community for leaving. My parents cultivated an expansive network of close friends and acquaintances over the decades in Amway and were cut off by 95% plus of their friends immediately after they left. Okay, well, I mean, they cut them off, so, I mean, what do you expect? You're cutting yourself off from a community because of what? Because there's people that are starving and you couldn't preach a message of salvation anymore? I don't really understand that, but okay, here we go. Let's continue. Maybe I'm missing something, all right? Maybe I need to seek some more understanding. Okay. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And I often wonder what my life would be like now if my dad's moral conscience hadn't urged him out of Amway. We definitely would have been in a more secure spot financially, but trapped in the plastic draining community. Okay, so he's saying that it felt like more of a fake community and that maybe they weren't helping people in a more tangible or real way. Is that, if that's what I'm understanding? Okay, so if you're understanding it differently, let me know in the comment section below. But here we go. He says, then go on to say, don't waste your life working for an MLM company. You'll have nothing to show for it when they're done with you, no matter how revered you are in the community. Thanks for reading, and if you have any questions, ask away. So, number of comments, under this that kind of keep going on and on and on, and link will be in the description so you can check that out. But I mean, what I'm going to say is, if you've spent decades, literally decades in a business, I mean, they always say before you start any business endeavor, you should know, the rules of the game and when to get out. So clearly they got out under reasons that, I mean, if you really believe that it was a plastic community, then why would you join it on the front end, or why wouldn't you try to create a community of more authenticity or being genuine, right? It's like, don't just be a part of the problem and complain, be the change you want to see in the world, or don't choose that community on the front end. And so those are two options, right? And if you felt that, they weren't helping people enough, or there's people starving in other countries, or just people that could be helped in a different or better way, then why couldn't you use your resources to do so? Create a nonprofit or support nonprofits that you believe in that are actually doing that. There's so many ways that you could use your money or time. It's just about the mindset you have with regards to that. And, like I already mentioned, it's not a pyramid scheme, it's not an MLM scam. It is one of the oldest network marketing companies, and it does follow more of a traditional network marketing model, but that doesn't mean that it's, not something that isn't right for somebody. People have to have discernment, whether you're a prospect or customer, to see the truth from the lies, or the truth from the half-truths, or the truth from the hearsays, right? That's the consumer education that's needed, and there's personal responsibility and accountability that's needed there that isn't talked about a lot, right? And on the sales associate or distributor side, there is the element of understanding people's needs and goals and seeing if there's a fit, and not trying to put a square peg through a circle hole if it don't fit, right? And that goes for both ends, and being able to communicate in such a way that resolves conflict or helps facilitate a discussion where a solution can be had, even if that solution is not with that person, product, or company, right? And that's really what it's about. And so often people are just ready to put Amway in a box and lock away the key of, put it in the safe of MLM scams or pyramid schemes, and they didn't help anybody, you'll be this or that. But if you chose to leave a community, there are consequences to any of our actions, any of our words, even our thoughts when it comes to a relationship with God. So there's always going to be rewards and consequences to things. And I think people have to have the bigger picture in mind when they talk about that stuff. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you did. Hit subscribe for future video updates. And most importantly, check out the links in the description below. The comment section is pretty active on this one. Lots of stuff was said. If you have anything to add or any other clarity that I missed, please make sure to leave a comment below as well. I'm open to constructive feedback, and less open to deconstructive feedback, but if you have it and it doesn't get blocked by the YouTube comment filter, then have at it. Okay, here we go. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.